Hello guys! So today I just wanted to do a little book review on some of the good books that I've read. And I'm doing this because I just thought that I would like to share to you. So that for those of you who love to read books, who are bookworms, who are interested in a lot of different topics, I just wanted to share some of the good books that I've read so you can look into them too. So the first one I have is this. I finished this year actually. It's called Humble Hero. It's actually a youth adaptation of Ellen White's, I think, one of her best books, Desire of Ages. And yeah, this is the book. And it is part of the Conflict of the Ages series. It's a series that basically is like narrating the stories in the Bible from Genesis to Revelation. And this is part of it. I think this is the third book because I think there's 5 books that are in the Conflict of the Ages series. You have Beginning of the End, which is about from the patriarchs and prophets. Then there's a second one from Prophet that is an adaptation for the youth of Prophets and Kings. And then you have Humble Hero, which is the teenage version of the youth version of the Desire of Ages. And then you have Unlikely Leaders, which is Acts of the Apostles. I also have that book, and then The Great Controversy, and it's called Love Under Fire. This one is particularly great for me, especially for kids my age, because the language sometimes, when Ellen White writes stuff, sometimes there's very deep English words that sometimes we as teenagers, we don't really use these days. But here in this adaptation, it's a little more simpler with the language that they use. And it helps us understand a bit more about the different, about Ellen White's writings, especially about these Bible stories. And for people who also are studying the Bible and reading the Bible, I think it's very helpful to have these as also a side reading list, because Ellen White really explains the scenes in the Bible really beautifully. My Bible has commentary, and it's really nice to have commentary on it, which is, my Bible is the Andrew's Bible, for those of you who are wondering. So the commentary is really nice, and it really gives me a lot of insight. And then when you have an additional commentary from Ellen White with these books, it's really nice because you get to see the full picture. Sometimes maybe you don't understand something, and Ellen White really explains it nicely. So what is this book about? This is about the life of Jesus, and it's from his birth, his calling, it covers basically everything in the life of Jesus. And it compasses the 4 gospels in the Bible: Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. And it's put together very beautifully. And one thing that I learned about God here is that Jesus really was human, and he became human for us, to save us. But he was also God. Like, he was both human and God. And in his human side, he also experienced all the different temptations that we experience today. He lived just like us on this earth. That's why he's our perfect pattern, because he faced the same temptations that we did. And for myself, it's really I think now that, especially as youth, we face a lot of temptations nowadays, and we have a lot of things that come our way that can allure us with in regards to the world. So it's very important that we look to Jesus as our perfect pattern in every stage of our life. Jesus lived through that, so he is truly our perfect pattern, and we need to look at him every single day. And one of the ways I can apply it is by constant communion with God. When we face temptations, it's really easy to forget that we have a God who is on our side and is always there to help us. He's always near us. So all I need is to call on him and pray, and he will answer. So I really recommend reading this book, especially for those youth who want to learn more about the life of Jesus. It's really beautiful. So I also recommend all the rest of the Conflict of the Ages series for the youth. It will really help you a lot with your study of the Bible and your relationship with Jesus. So that's Humble Hero. That's what it's all about, and that's what I learned from it. So I hope you guys also take the time to read it and be inspired by this beautiful book.